Hello, everyone. Let me say good morning. It's been a while, right? I quickly just want to share my thoughts with you on what we should be looking forward on the market, especially as touching Bitcoin. I don't know if you guys remember when I did an analysis earlier this year. That was around January. Then I was saying that Bitcoin we are likely to see it at this price. At the 10,000 area. At that time, if you remember, price was around this area. Was still, dilly darling. We don't know where it was going. And then I remember I drew all those things. It was last year I drew all these things. I was talking about it was during the analysis I was talking about if you have a long term intention about Bitcoin, you could let it fly. If you enter around this, around this area and just let it grow. But if you want to do short term, you could be um taking out your trades and all that. If I notice over time that of recent I don't do video regularly. And of recent, you also notice that I don't talk about day trading as much as I used to talk about. The reason is that over time I have noticed that day trading for me is my opinion though, and then I've listened to other people too on the same opinion, and I think I'm on the right path. That day trading can be very, very, very exhausting. Trying to follow the market, trying to follow the price. So I've actually over time, since last year actually, but I've not been talking about it. I feel it's time I start talking about it. I've actually over time come to the conclusion that it's better you just stay focused and don't. I'm not gonna be a day trader. I've not been day trading, but I've been making more money. Let me tell you why. The reason is having a long term mind and knowing that okay, I could, if I wait out this market, I could follow the trend. I could follow the trend and allow the trend to move, and then I'll follow you the way it's going. Right now, you notice that Bitcoin is coming down, so the trend now is I can say in the midterm period, market will be coming down. So if I know that, and then you can sell at this axis, you could make a lot of money. Let's say you sold around that 10,000 axis, you could take out your profit from around this area or allow it to flow. So I noticed that it's more convenient. It gives you a lot of peace of mind, and then your money seems to be safer that way. Having said that, also if you noticed last year I was talking about oh sorry, I was talking about price. It was last year that I know it was early this year that December I was telling people to buy. Remember, I told people to buy Binance coin. In the group, I talked about XRP, I talked about Bitcoin, I talked about I'm talking about the coins I asked everybody to buy that time. I talk about Tron, I talk about UB. I think that I also mentioned Neo. I mentioned ETC, yeah, ETC. ETC especially, I did wonderfully well. I remember when I was talking about this ETC, price was around $3, and then I entered around that area, and I was telling people buy ETC, buy ETC. I was shouting. Um, and then I actually follow ETC all the way till when it got to, I think it was when it got to like till when it got to $12. I came out around this area. That's about it did times four what of my price. That's about 400%, and he did that. He did all that within a month. You know, imagine, and then I mean, I smiled. I smiled out of the out of the market. So now, I'm saying that to say this. Imagine somebody that is trying to pick small profit, maybe entered when it was $3 and quickly came out when it was $4. That person will make money much. Well, it depends on how much he's trading with anyway. But all the same, if you stay with the market long enough, you even do $13. Can you see that? All the way from, let me show you so that you see what I'm trying to say. And if you remember all these coins that I mentioned, they all did like all of them, every one of them did like at least 100%. They went up. I was shouting about this coin around. This is, I think, it was around December. Yes, it was around that. It was around this axis, around $3 something. And in the group, I was telling people to buy this coin because I already saw the trend. And then I rode this trend from that December. I sold around this axis when it was around that $12. You know, so and everything happened within 3 4 weeks. And I did times four. That's about 400%. Also New did the same thing because I remember I also told people to buy New. When I bought New was around $7. Hold on, let me check. New was around $7. New was around $7. So I actually want everybody to see what I'm saying. It was around, no, let me check the last 3 months. New was around $7. Okay, I think it was around. Okay, it was around this axis when it was ranging around this 7 point something, and I actually followed it. When I was saying buy, it was around that area that I was shouting buy, 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 and I followed it all the way to. I think I sold out around that $14. So I did like about 100% of it. It later went as high as $15 plus. So that's the beauty of this market. If you know when to follow. Now, the reason why I'm focusing my analysis on Bitcoin is because today, because Bitcoin is like the base currency for all the coins of all the cryptocurrency. Once Bitcoin start falling, every other thing start falling. When it start going up, every other thing start going up. And then if you're a versatile trader, especially with cryptocurrency, I'm always happy when Bitcoin is falling because most time people are crying. I'm always happy because I know it's another opportunity for me to enter the market again, especially on the alts market. And if you notice that all altcoins have been bleeding for the past 2 3 days as soon as Bitcoin start falling. I said all that to say this. Now we should see more fall of Bitcoin. Now at this point, you notice that Bitcoin went up a bit like yesterday. It's because there's a support around this area on this moving average, this exponential moving average 20. So and I'm actually on the weekly chart. There's actually a support around there, so it went up a bit. So if it closes below this moving average, let's say it closes around this area, around this axis for this weekend, you know, we should see Bitcoin move further down to this axis, around this axis. There's a support around there too. You see where that trend line is? So around the 7,000 area. So we should see it around this area. If it breaks that place, then we should see it around this area. You see where this one is? Come on, let me remove this one. You see where this one is? You should see it around this area. But I'm believing that it might come back here to the beginning of this year. This is where price started from the beginning of this year. You see that price 7,000, around that 7,000 axis. So in the interim, if you want to be playing around with the daily, trading, you can still be doing that. When it comes down, buy. When it goes up a bit, you can sell. So, but then for the long term trade, I'm watching it. So just keep focused on the group. I'll be posting when it's time to start buying the coins for the long term, maybe for the mid long term, maybe you hold for a month, you hold for because now that's what I do. I have I'm so busy with so many activities. So I just watch the market, wait for it. It's a waiting game. Just wait for the market. I always wait now. Just wait for it for when it comes to you. Let the market comes to you. Let it start to don't change it. I don't change market again. I wait. Let it when it comes to me, I shoot. So you shoot and then you enter and then you wait. And then you just ride it. So that's what I've been doing, in the last couple of months. So right now, I'll be waiting for it. But in the Ethereum, I will maybe tomorrow I'll do a video on how you can do intraday trading. If you still want to be doing intraday trading, just take profit, enter, always convert your profit to satoshis. Sorry, to Theta. Always convert your like right now. All my dating, all my trading accounts. I've converted everything to USD. So I'm just waiting. Once I'm ready to say I'll convert it to once I'm ready to buy coins, I'll convert them back to Bitcoin and I'll start buying. So that I just said I should do this short video. So tomorrow I'll do another one on how you can enter trade. Thank you very much.